Hello YouTube and welcome back. A couple years ago, I think, or maybe even a year ago, I tried same Selvedge stretch denim jeans from UNIQLO, and it was a little too big for me, and I decided to try it again. I think it's pretty cool for travel. Most of my jeans are actually just non-stretch. The only one pair I have is this Levi's. It's 513, which I love, but this is only stretch denim jeans, but this is non-selvage. And I decided to get this one to try it again and size it down. So previously, and you can see on my channel, I can put a link, there is a more like in detail review. Previously I've got 34, 32, and after a week or so I decided to just return them because it was way too kind of baggy. And since it's like a stretch denim, I decided to try this one. It's in 33, 32, and the price was the same, $49.90, which is pretty much $50. You can get free shipping, depends on like a threshold. I think $90 if I've got some other stuff like t-shirts. I mean, they're actually pretty good. I think I like the UNIQLO quality. Simple designs and pretty decent pricing. Anyway, this is a stretch Selvedge denim, and it's probably the cheapest Selvedge stretch pair of jeans you can get in the market. I don't think you can get anything cheaper than $50. Probably unbranded, the unbranded brand, and it's running between $80 and $100. And I think, even though I'm not huge on stretch denim, but I think for travel and running around the house, this is perfect. It will never be like, LVC or anything like this. But I think you can search on YouTube. There's a lot of great fits you can achieve just wearing this one. Let's do that. This is real quick. The denim is pretty much the same. What's interesting is they changing. There's lots of reviews on YouTube, and they changing slightly the cut. Sometimes it's slim, but this one actually more like even though it says just a slim, I think it's more like a tapered slim. I think it's still pretty roomy in the thigh, and we can just measure it. I think what I'm gonna do in this video, we'll measure it quick because there's some differences between description on UNIQLO, and that's why I'm doing these reviews, because on UNIQLO or whatever, Levi's or Lee, you go and there is hardly any information on, just there is a very vague kind of a sizing chart, but unfortunately they don't put like detailed information about each size, like front rise, back rise, the waist size and knee. So we'll do all of this, and I decided in this video actually to wash them, and a part of this video there would be dimensions. After washing, I'll put them on and we'll see how much they shrink. By washing I mean it's more like a first initial soaking for about half an hour, 40 minutes in cold water, not dryer of course. And we'll do this in the same video, just stick around, don't go away. The denim is this one particular by Kaihara. Some of them, they initially, when you go back, because this style they running for this production for 10-15 years, initially it was always Kaihara, but I think later they changed to different denim sources and outsourcing. I don't know, there was some from Thailand, and people say there is no any marking where the denim came from. This one inside the pocket, it says that this is a Kaihara denim. It's right here, and yeah, this is the lining. Yeah, there's a fabric by Kaihara. And also, pretty much like a year ago, the denim pretty much, I think they don't specify what is exactly the weight of the denim. Yeah, and it comes in simple plastic bag like this. So they don't specify. I think it's about the weight is about 12.5. It's pretty nice. I think there is no any bells and whistles. There is no leather patch here. It's just pretty simple. But again, for $50 you can get pretty nice stretch denim. This is 98% cotton, I believe, and about 2% spandex, so which is nylon. And so let's dive in. The stitching is, I love the color of stitching. It's not like bright orange, it's kind of like a brownish. So let's see here, see all the details. Pretty nice. There's no rivets here, just a bar tacks, but you know, it's not going anywhere. What I like also, the coin has like a Selvedge here. There's a red ID Selvedge on the coin pocket, which is pretty nice touch. I like the color of this copper rivets. It's kind of like a dark titanium. You know, it's pretty nice, and also matching the zipper here, and it's a YKK zipper, I believe. Yeah. So here's the detail and the button. Let's see the button real quick. You know, UNIQLO branded button. Nothing fancy, but everything, like, quality wise, it's pretty decent. The lining fabric looks like the mix of 50-50, probably like 50 polyester and cotton, but tough enough. I don't think it will break anytime soon. I love the chain stitching goes along this way, and on the yoke it's all done by chain stitching. I like it. You know, it's pretty nice. Also, at the hem, there's this, I'll show you the ID. So here's the red ID Selvedge, and at the hem it's also nice chain stitching, so which is kind of pretty good to have. It's not like in cheap jeans, like a single stitching. It's denim. It is pretty nice. It actually has kind of like a glossy little sort of kind of like a sheen to it. But I think there's a lot of starch and kind of a, you know, coming from denim manufacturer. It feels like I don't think I want to wear it like this. I definitely gonna soak it and just wash away all this starch. And like I said, and there would be part of this video, you guys will see what they look like after the wash. I'm sure they will shrink a little, probably lengthwise. Let's dive into measurements. So that's kind of interesting, because I noticed the last time too, they claim on the website that this is 10.5, and a lot of people complain that this is much higher rise, and it's true, because the rise is actually 11, and for me it works great, because I actually I don't like the low rise. I do like 11, actually perfect for me. It might shrink, we'll see after washing. It might shrink a little bit, but again, 11 is actually perfect. Between 11 and 12, kind of like Levi's style. And speaking of Levi's, I actually wear, my size is 34, but this 133, since it's stretch denim, I think they will be just fine. So you can strip, because this is, let's see, in the waist, let's measure it. It's about 17.5, and if I line up, it will be more like a 17.25, which is for me, because mine is normally 18. I definitely would be able to stretch it out and will fit better for me than 34 size, which I got previously was a little too baggy. And let's do you know, in the thigh. Let's measure it from the center of the crotch. It's 12 and 15. In the knee, across the knee, we'll do 13-inch down, 13 down, and there would be 8.5. And down at the bottom hem. Let's do that. Okay. Sorry. To this one, that would be 7, more like a 7, and I would say 7.25. On the UNIQLO website, it says 7.5. It's a little too narrow for me, because when you put like a boots or something, I'd rather have like 7.5 to 8. This is definitely kind of like it's kind of like a wider here at the, you know, at the thigh. they definitely have more like, I would say, like slim taper shape. It definitely, like the 7-inch, it's pretty narrow down here, and it's pretty roomy. Like for me, I got it for, you know, decided to try to travel. I'm kind of planning to travel in, you know, next few months, and that would be interesting to try them on, because I like when it's the stretch denim. You can, especially when you're flying long distance, it's perfect. I don't mind some, you know, some room here in the thigh. And like I said, it's pretty basic. The pockets is good size, and I like also that the pockets, it's not terribly low. Sometimes they do, and like I got some, you know, brands, they put like way too low. This is actually perfect distance from the yoke, and it's a classic, you know, 5-corner rear pockets. Otherwise it's great, nice color. It should be fading nicely. And well, if I missed something, you please let me know in the comments, and there's a lot of UNIQLO fans. Alright, I think we covered pretty much everything. Let me show you more up close. You know, the selvage details. As you can see, this is pretty nice and very crisp. When you look on the face side, it's the denim itself has a nice kind of a white weft, the crisp white weft. In a cheap one, you don't see this weft. It's actually all like bluish. This one, pretty nice definition, and this is the Selvedge, as you can see, red ID Selvedge. Okay, let me show you one more time inside out. Here are the labels. Okay, this is lining, the pocket lining. Yeah, it feels pretty nice and solid. I think the construction is pretty good. There's a zipper, YKK zipper. I do like the color actually of the metal color, kind of like a dark steel, kind of like a you know, sort of like a dark titanium. You know, it looks like a copper or something, so it's pretty nice. Okay, and I think I also forgot to measure the length, which is important sometimes. There is a discrepancy. Let's see, because it's supposed to be 32. Let's go from the center of the crotch. I'm gonna move. Let me see. It's actually 31.5. It's slightly half an inch shorter. It's not 32, and which is fine, because I actually sometimes I have to alter. I didn't do alteration. There is a important point I missed it. If you buy from UNIQLO this particular Selvedge jeans, there's option to make the custom length with a chain stitch. You can actually do exactly like this, like a pretty nice, cool, which provide you kind of like rope dye effect when it's fading. You can do custom length like 30 inches or 31 inch, and this is, I think it's a free. There's no charge, it just takes longer. The only thing is the downside of if you've done alteration, custom alteration, you won't be able to return. So that's my understanding, and so be careful. But when you check it out, there is you can see the scroll down box if you would like to do the custom alteration, which is a great feature, I think, for a lot of people. You don't have to go and spend like 20-25 bucks in your local alteration shop. Okay, so we've done, we covered everything. Let me just, you know, soak them. I will wash them and we'll, you know, dry them, put them on, not in a dryer. I'm not gonna do just the cold water soaking, and I will put them on and we'll see. We'll measure it first. We'll see if they shrunk at all. You know, I'm sure they will lengthwise particular, but you know, I'm not so worried because this about the waist size, because this is like, again, this is stretchable, which is pretty nice. It's not too thin, not too thick. I kind of like the weight of it. And okay, don't go away. I'll be back. All right, so I washed it last night. So it was more like a soak. I soaked it for like 45 minutes or so. Put a few drops of this, my favorite. This is Dr. Bronner's excellent soap, and hardly recommend for any Selvedge denim or just for anything. I even wash my dog here, and you know, just great. Just a few drops. I will put a link down in description. Just a few drops, or like just a tablespoon. It feels really good. It's actually nice and tight. So I washed it probably at about 7 p.m. or so, and it's still kind of a. I tried to completely dry, but I think it's maybe slightly damp, but you know, it's good enough. Let's measure it and see how much it changed. But it feels definitely nicer right now. So it's actually, I do like this denim. You know, when at the first look it doesn't look like it's stretched, but it's really, it looks great. The color just, you know, slightly it gained a little more color. It's a little more like has more depth and more like a kind of a dark blue. It's a great color. I think it's, you know, could create nice beautiful fade in here. Okay, let's measure it again and see if it changed. So put my tape, and this would be 17.5. Pretty much didn't change at all. And if I put like line up front side and back side, and it's absolutely the same. And I did not even stretch it, so it's also like close to like 18, or like I would say 17.25. So this is a size 33 again. So let's do front rise. So we'll do it real quick, and then I will put it on, and you know, I'm sure it will fit pretty good. So let's see. The front rise slightly less. Now it's 10.5. Okay, that's good. It's a buy. It was 11. I think, yeah, it was 11. So the unwashed ones. Okay, so let's do the thigh here. Gonna get here. Would be like 12, like 12.25, maybe. Yeah. Like 3/8. Okay, so let's do at the knee, across the knee. Okay, 13 inch down. Okay, that would be 8.5. It didn't really change. And the most important, let's see the total inseam, the length. So I think it was 31. It's actually shorter. I mean, I ordered 33, 32. But if you guys remember in the beginning of the video, I measured it was actually 31. So let's do here from the center. Okay. Okay, it's 30.5. So it did shrunk a little, just a quarter, like let's see, like a half an inch. So not so bad. And this one also, like I said, it's slightly shorter now. It's still slightly damp. It might be just, you know, there is expect a little more shrinkage. Maybe I'll let it completely dry. But it's nice, actually 10.5. And let's do down at the hem. So they mostly lengthwise. At the hem, let's see. Yeah, it's 7.25. Pretty much the same. Same like it was. It feels, let me tell you guys, it feels really, really beautiful. I like after, before the washing was kind of like a greasy feel. You know, it probably was a lot of grime from you know, denim manufacturer, and a lot of sort of starch. So this one feels really nice, and you know, it's you know, well, okay. Anyways, so let's put it on, and before I go, I would compare it. Like I said, I couldn't find anything like in this price range, any Selvedge denim like stretched. I mean, you know, the only thing is I would really recommend if non-Selvedge, but this is 513 by Levi's, and this was completely dark. You know, this is faded with the time, and I bought it. It was completely dark greens. I think this color, they call it now Bastion, and this was on sale. You can get it for like $40. But this is great stretch denim. Absolutely love it. Good feel, fit, It's pretty much close to this one, except this is slightly, you know, down at the bottom. They're like more like about 8 inches. They're more like exactly like straight, like a slim straight. This I just love the 513. So if you don't mind, and let's say you're not particularly looking for Selvedge, but this is 513, it's a great style. I really love it, my favorite. But yeah, I mean, let me put it on, and you will see, guys, how it looks, and I'm sure it will look great. So, all right, so it looks pretty good. Perfect length. Actually, I'm glad I didn't do any alteration. So I think it overall, and even here, it's you know, it's not as high it was, like 10.5 inches. Perfect front rise. So this is pretty good. Okay, let me guys know what you think. Yeah. Yeah, it's still slightly roomy here, but I don't mind. Like, it's, you know, as we talked about, it's slightly roomy in the thigh, but the denim feels really nice, and it's got much darker, good colors. So let's see. Okay, I'm gonna get this one. Yeah. All right. See the feeling. Okay, thank you so much for watching, guys, and please comment what you think. And so I think it's great, which means I got one size down. It was Levi's regular 34, this is 33, again 33, 32. All right, and thank you so much for watching again. Please put some likes, and again, I want to mention the only denim I do review, the only one I'm actually wearing. I'm not just buying brand new and just send them back and never do an update. I try to do update on all of them. So sometimes there's not enough time to, you know, where I have probably like a dozen different jeans, but I only wear maybe like 3 or 4 in my rotation, and it's not enough to not enough to wear them to do it like proper update. You need at least 6 months, sometimes 18 months to do some kind of a, you know, the proper fade in, and that's one of the reasons kind of like I don't do too many, you know, like denim particular. So I mean, the only ones like I said, the only ones I'm own and really wearing, and I think that's they should be. So okay, thank you so much, bye.